Spaghetti. Ravioli. Mamma mia. Nighty nighty. Spaghetti. Ravioli. Mamma mia. Hey everyone and welcome. I'm your friend Art of Mana looking really serious in a frozen frame as I apparently was getting everything set up. Things froze, I guess. Also, I took a shower recently. Let's just reboot that video feed, you know? That's a thing that happens sometimes, you know. We can just reboot that. Boom and voila. Hey everyone and welcome. That makes more sense. Of course, you know, technical difficulties, the life of a streamer. But I want to let you know part of, or in fact, really the reason that that I am streaming slightly later. Right, we started about 15 minutes after the usual Mana start time. Is that I wanted to set up to play a game which I'm actually rather excited to play, but I really last minute changed my mind because I had another plan for the stream and I wanted to change direction because there have been so many things talked about in the news and in the world of video gaming. I wanted to discuss that today. I will let you know too, I'm very tired. I had to take a shower after work. It's been a long day, so please bear with me because it's going to be a rather sleepy mana stream. And I suppose that is appropriate because if we are to go ahead and just snap our fingers here, look at what we see behind us. 3, 2, 1, and... ta-da! It's Mario just hanging out behind us there, taking a little snooze. And let me explain really quickly, first of all, what you're looking at. Because obviously, it's Super Mario 64, right? I mean, there's no confusion there. It's a game that is well known and well beloved. But this particular version is not the N64 version. Most of you know I play my retro games on original hardware. If I have the original game as it was released, I'll try to play it on that hardware if it's available. Dash, unless you've already seen the message there at the title and you know what we're doing here, can you guess, well, I guess how we're playing this game, what it is that we're doing? Can you figure that out? I'll tell you in a moment here. But basically, Chrono, welcome on in. Chrono coming on in. There's a wormhole apparently. Alert for the first time, but darn, there goes Chrono. Just down the wormhole. Shucks. If I hold my hand over the titles section, Dash says, right? Don't look. That's funny. What it is, actually. Like, by the way, what? I'm bluer than I was expecting. I thought I had set the white balance here. I don't know. It's not the Wii U. Very good idea there, but not the Wii U. It's something different. Maybe Chrono might guess too. But actually, what we're playing this on is, well, here, maybe I'll throw this in here. See if this either helps or further confuses things. What do you think? We're playing with this controller. Any thoughts? Not an N64, exactly. Jenna says, hey, I can't stay, but do I get my ukulele tonight? I had 2 rough days last night. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Oh, gosh. Oh, my goodness, Jenna, I'm sorry to hear you've been having a tough time. I can get you that ukulele. 1 second. Let me finish this, though, Jenna, because I'm still introducing the stream. It's going to be a couple minutes here. So I guess it was pretty tough. So this is the mark of a good riddle. All right, I'm playing with this. Maybe I will give a little bit more of a hint because it has an interesting chord. Oh, thanks, Jenna. Jenna says, that's fine. Love you. Love you too, Jenna. That's not a typical chord. What do we... What is... How does it... What's going on here? What are we playing this on? What? Excuse me? Is that like a custom cable? Oh. What about how? Let's take a better look. Aha! I'm charging the Nintendo 64 Switch controller. So what I'm actually playing on is the Nintendo Switch with the Super Mario Brothers 3D All-Stars game. And the reason is it's not the Nintendo Switch Online service, okay? But the Nintendo Switch Online Nintendo 64 controller came out, and it didn't work for Super Mario Brothers 3D All-Stars. And so Nintendo actually updated the software to allow you to play and to control Mario with this controller. There you have it. So, right? The lion. Whoa, the lion. Welcome on in. So that's what we're doing. We're going to be playing this game, and I'm actually going to reset my save file. I actually have not touched this since I got it, and I actually did a little demo of it on stream, but we're going to go back to this and play it. I wanted to play this version. I love what they did with the graphics. Very, very nicely done. I mean, if you look at it right now, they touched up all of the 2D elements, and then all of the 3D, of course, is sharp and crisp and all of those sorts of things. And it is in a 16:9 aspect ratio. It's still that. We aren't doing anything differently there. But it is a nice way to play this game, I think, now made so much better because of this controller. In fact, that was my biggest gripe when I first picked this up, is the way that this game mapped the buttons was really strange. Hey, Namus, welcome on in. Instead of using Y and B, which would have matched the positions of B and A on this controller, Nintendo opted to stick to B and A on the Nintendo Switch Pro controller, which is all manner of confusing. If you imagine, again, here's a Nintendo Switch Pro controller, a little dusty for some reason, but if you imagine, typically here, oops, I'm on the wrong side, Y and B is in the place of B and A on the Nintendo 64, but now all of a sudden jump is mapped here, and jump is mapped, I can't do this backwards. There we go. Jump is mapped to A, and run is B, but it's suddenly you're doing like a Nintendo original NES or Game Boy, more like it, layout, if you think Dog Bone controller or Game Boy. So I didn't love that. But because there's this update, I thought this would make a lot of sense. So we're going to play that. Anyway, Chrono is in here. Namus, the Lion, Dash, Jenna, thank you so much. How is everyone tonight? Chrono, I'll tell you, it's been a whole day. I'm telling you. So we've got a whole bunch of stuff to talk about, a bunch of video game news, and of course, there's just a whole plethora of things that have come out. So we're going to dive into that a bit more. Jenna's had a rough day, so if we can get a little bit of love for Jenna in the chat, I'm sure Jenna would appreciate that. We are going to also reset our... look at this. I mean, we're going to reset our game. That's what we're going to do. Also, give me just a second here. I want to try something, because the camera's going to shake, but...
Thanks for raiding Art of Mana.
What? What? We have just been raided. Oh my goodness. Let's get the chat on the screen. Look at that. Raid Shadow Legends. It's not Shadow Legends. This is the Beta Legend. Expedited Healer. I was just chatting with you over in Beta stream. Disman's here. We've got some first time chatters with Kerbrider, Coop Central. Hello, Kev2644. Nice to see you. Welcome on in. Derpadiah's here. I love the name. Finley Snort. Eggs taste good. Eggs you taste good, I should say. I always get your name wrong, but I do love your name. Beta, you are a legend. No, you are. No way. Thank you all so much, and welcome on in, Raiders. I don't know how many of you are. It's what? Wait, it's Derpadiah, not Derpedia. Wait, what? Derpity? Beta! What are you talking about? But you know what I can do? You were right. I have been wrong. No, for months. Beta, no way. Derpadiah says you finally noticed. That's hilarious. You know what that needs? That needs this face right here. Look at that. That's Beta. What? Beta is like, Beta's whole entire world has changed right there. Beta doesn't even understand. It's everything Beta thought that he knew about the world has come crashing down. I'm so sorry. Beta, your life has been not a lie. That's too much. I don't want to say it's been a lie. It's been a bit of a lie. Beta needs a minute or an hour. Beta, take a few. Take a week. It's okay. Coop Central, you shouting out people? Coop Central, you want me to shout out a few people? I'm going to shout out a few people right now, actually, is what I'm going to do. Coop Central, how are you doing? Let's do a shout out for Beta 64. If you don't know Beta, everyone, awesome guy. I was just hanging out in the stream, was playing Banjo-Kazooie. Come on. It's a perfect game for Beta. We had some great conversations. I really enjoyed it. Man, Beta, I love it when I can hang out in your channel. And I was glad I was able to do that for a bit. Listen, just so you all know what I'm doing tonight, and who I am if you're new. I'm Mana. I'm an E for Everyone variety streamer. I focus on Nintendo, retro and original hardware, and indie titles. Tonight, there's so much in the world of video games. Just in the last week, we've got a Nintendo Direct tomorrow. I want to know what you're thinking about the Nintendo Direct. If there are some things coming on up, I'd love to know your thoughts. What do you think is going to happen? And then the other thing is, we are playing while we're going to talk about all kinds of Nintendo and video game related stuff. Not just the Nintendo Direct, by the way. We're playing Super Mario 3D All Stars because they've updated it so you can use this controller on there. I have not played it since then. This changes the whole thing. I also got to figure out how do I get to just reset the game? I'm confused. There's probably a way. I'll figure it out. Anyway, so kind, my guy. Beta, I mean it. You're the best. Kona says, with the way my week has been, I bet Nintendo's getting purchased by Apple. No! Don't say it. Don't say it. Oh, that would be a shame. Here, we're going to go to this real quick. Because I think I push... Is it this? Yes, there we go. And then we can... turn to title section? Selection, I mean. Okay. I just wanted to reset. It seems like a weird way to do it, but okay. This is the way they want to do it. Here you are. Truly the darkest timeline that would be. Dash, I'm with you. Can you imagine? Yeah, that would make me sad. That would make me sad. So here we go. Super Mario 64. I mean, you gotta love it. And we're going to have a little bit of music here for just a moment. I'm going to go grab a ukulele real quick because Jenna needs a birthday song. We are going to play Happy Birthday to Jenna, who is in the chat. It is Jenna's birthday, belatedly. So we're going to go grab that. Give me just a moment. I will be right back. Please stick around if you want to chat or if you want to just look at this. I'm going to leave this on here. I'll be right back. All right, we got a ukulele here. It's like Ukulele, the game that's the spiritual successor of Banjo-Kazooie, which is the game that Beta 64 was playing. So it's all planned out. It's amazing. You can't beat stuff like that, right? This is what I'm talking about. This is all planned. Actually, there's only one thing that would make it more planned. Is if I'd actually gone and grabbed this. Yeah. Here we go. Now it's looking like it's planned. So, nice haircut. Thank you, Animate Barrel. Welcome on in, my friend. The only thing that would have made it more planned is if instead of saying, hey, look, here's my ukulele, I went like this. Here's my ukulele. There's my ukulele. That right there. 2 ukuleles. 3 ukuleles. Right there. That's 3 times the ukulele. That's enough ukulele for tonight, I think. Incidentally, if you don't know, We got bongos. If you don't know, I say this all the time. It's a small thing. 1, 2, 3. It's a small thing. It's not an amazing thing. It's not something that, was hard to do. But I did back the original ukulele on Kickstarter because of the pedigree. It's the team behind, Banjo-Kazooie and whatnot. And Turpedize has so many ukulele. So my name is in the credits of this game. So I have it on a few different platforms digitally, and then I did get the limited run release for the Switch.
Thank you for joining the Friends of Mana.
Turbadiah, thank you so much for that follow. And what we do need to do here is we need to play Happy Birthday and sing to Jenna. Now, I'm still not 100%. I'm still feeling a little under the weather, but we're going to make this happen for Jenna. And let me, I always remember I have to take that out because it gets weird. It gets a little echoey. Because I do actually monitor my voice a little bit. And so let me just actually see here. I think just getting that E up a little bit and that A up. Tuning. All right. And we're going to get the kazoo. Because Banjo-Kazooie. Look at this. It's not a banjo. I should bring a banjo. I'm going to play Banjo-Kazooie on stream, and I'm going to bring a banjo, and I'm going to bring the kazoo. Beta, would you like to collaborate in some way? A small video, perhaps. I'll bring a banjo and a kazoo. And we'll play a little Banjo-Kazooie. Short? I don't know. That's a thought. Or we could just do it for fun. Just hang out. My dad built a banjo, Coop Central. Can you believe it? Okay, but here we go. This is for Jenna. Everybody, please join me in a special happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jenna. Happy birthday to you. There we go, my friend. Thank you so much for being my friend. Thank you. I know you're having some hard times, and I just wish you all the best and a wonderful year ahead. May things kind of turn around right now, and just know that you've got a lot of people cheering you on, my friend. And in fact, you can see quite a bit of them right here. Boom. Right that way. I got to remember which side things are. There you go. Happy birthday. Ah, so good. Kronos says, I remember going to a Toys R Us and getting Final Fantasy Tactics for a friend. Awesome. That's cool. All right, friends, let's go ahead and do something here. Let's go right like so. Snapping our fingers, and 3, 2, 1, snap. And here we are. And yeah, okay. Just making sure. There we go. I was hearing noises. Hearing noises. So this is the game we're gonna play tonight. Like I said, I want to talk about a whole bunch of stuff here. Let's go in here. Let's get going. What's going on here?
It's me, Mario.
There we go. That makes more sense. Somehow my my actual monitor for playing. We are back to SM64. You got it. Okay. So, and again, we are actually playing with a Nintendo Switch Online controller. So I'm kind of excited about this. And I am going to just, because I mean, this isn't anything. We're just going to erase that. We're going to start over here. It already is so much better. Oops, almost so much better. Boom, boom. Erase, return. There we go. Using the N64 controller. This is right. The music is great, right, Coop Central? Okay, here we go. Let's give it a little bit of play, first of all.
Dear Mario, please come to the castle. I have baked a cake for you. Yours truly, Princess Toadstool. Peach.
The first time I ever heard Peach, and first of all, what do you all think? To me, the princess is always Princess Toadstool. I'm sorry. I've got enough old classic Mario toys and collectibles and books, comics and things like that say Princess Toadstool. She's always going to be Princess Toadstool in my book. It just so happens, as a nickname, her name is Peach. That's the way I look at it.
Thank you for joining the Friends of Mana.
Coop Central, thank you so much for that. All right, here we go. Coop Central, I appreciate it. Ciao! You've reached Princess Toadstool's castle via a warp pipe. Using the controller as a piece of cake, press B to jump, Y to attack, A to read signs, use L, the L stick, or also known as just the stick. I think they changed that. For this version of the game, if I'm not mistaken. Because I think it just says use the control stick in the original to move Mario around. Now head for the castle. Again, I wanted to play the Nintendo or Super Mario Brothers 3D All-Stars collection version of this game because they did actually do a really nice thing and make the game look like how we remember it. They've updated the static 2D elements just to give them a little extra polish. And then, of course, the 3D is up-resed. But this looks how I remember it on a CRT. That's what I'm saying. What do you think? The Lion Live is going to lurk. All right. Let's see. Thank you so much for that lurk. Look at that. There's your lurk response from Bot of Mana. Lakitu confirms that if you fall off while you lurk that lion, he'll pick you up. That's nice. That's a real nice thing right there. Good afternoon, the Lakitu brothers here, reporting live from just outside the princess's castle. Mario has just arrived on the scene. We'll be filming the action live as he enters the castle and pursues the missing Power Stars. As seasoned cameramen, we'll be shooting from the recommended angle, but you can change the camera angle with, see, the R stick, but it's the C buttons, right? So I'm playing with this. Nintendo, if we can't adjust the view any further, we'll buzz. To take a look at the surroundings, stop and tilt R forward. Press B to resume play, switch camera modes with R. Signs along the way will review these instructions. For now, reporting live, this has been the Lakitu brothers. There we go. Ooh, we just barely cleared that. We can do our nice little long jump and a side jump. Oh, this is good. This is good. This is the game. Expedited Healer says, I grew up with Mario 64, but I played Mario Party first. Never really paid much attention to her letter, so when I finally listened and heard her call herself Toadstool, I was confused. That's right, because I think Mario Party was the first release where they actually did say, hey, this is Princess Peach. Welcome, no one's home now. Scram and don't come back. Wahaha. All right. Now let's see, in terms of the control, we can do our nice little tiptoe. Lots of gradation. The Switch N64 controller is quite impressive. Of course, this was optimized as well, so I'm sure, there's some trickery there to make this, make it have those degrees of motion, which really is part of what makes this game so famous. I'll tell you, I was playing the original not more than, well, actually quite a bit over the last couple of days. I just find that this game holds up so well. I love this game. It is so good. Look at how gorgeous that looks on there, too. This game is just, it's a gem. It's an absolute gem. And it plays so well. That's what it is. Forget what it looks like. You know, obviously it's aged, but it still holds up in terms of just the game feel. It's incredible. I still don't know many games like it. Wow, you're smack in the middle of the battlefield. You'll find the power stars of Bowser still inside the painting world's first. Talk to the Bob-omb Buddy. Press A to talk, and he'll certainly help you out, and so will his comrades in other areas. Read signs by stopping, facing them, pressing A, and A or B to scroll ahead, and you can talk to some other characters with A as well. Funny, this was back in the day when all of these things were new, right? It's dangerous ahead, so take this. No, I mean, listen up. Take my advice. Derpediah says, I think it's pretty good port. The only thing is I wish Super Mario Galaxy 2 was in the collection. Derpediah, I'm with you on that. I'm with you. Cross the 2 bridges ahead. Watch for falling water bombs. Big Bob-omb at the top of the mountain is very powerful, and don't let him grab you. We're Bob-omb buddies. We're on your side. You can talk to us whenever you'd like to. All right. Let's actually do a little bit of just maneuvering here. So here's our first little Goomba. Ooh. Oh, and there's our coin. Oh my goodness. Already. There's that coin. We'll grab these here. And I guess we can do this. Ooh. Haha. Nice little trick there. One thing I do have to say is the camera control on this. I mean, it's good for a very early 3D platform. I'm not going to complain, but it is sometimes a little wonky, and it can be off-putting when you're used to sort of cameras and especially the degrees of control with the right analog sticks that you expect from games now. Sometimes it just forces a camera angle that I think is really odd, and it can make, for areas where it's hard to actually tell what direction you're trying to go. So that's a little tough, but Rage Paint Games is here. Rage Paint, hello, welcome. Shoutouts to Rage Paint Games. Fantastic streamer couple and video game developer, actually, working on some Android games. And really cool. We actually got to interview them, and very talented Animal Crossing world builders. Or is her name Peach and her title is Princess Toadstool? There you go. I suppose that could be a thing too. I'm getting this weird thing. I'm gonna try something here. I was supposed to be able to just like tap there on the camera and set the white balance. White balance is going all over the place. I don't know what the deal is. I thought I got this. Maybe I didn't get this. Anyway, we'll just leave it at that for now. Give it another shot. But welcome on in. Let's see. Derpediah says, Expedited Healer, I haven't spent a penny on Epic Games. They have like 30 games on it. It's a pretty good deal. Right. Also, speaking of ukulele, Epic just notified me that the Impossible Layer is free. Exactly, yes. That's a great connection there. So since we just talked about the games, yeah, if you want to go on the Epic platform, ukulele and the Impossible Layer, which is actually the better of the two games as far as I'm concerned, and is a traditional 2D or side-scrolling platformer. It's actually 2.5D is what they call it. It's free. It's free on the Epic Store. So, but what I want to know, and I'm really curious, is what do you expect from tomorrow's Nintendo Direct? If you haven't heard, there is supposed to be a Nintendo Direct tomorrow. And I don't have the exact time here in front of me. If someone knows, please feel free to share. Are we not? Can we? Huh. Okay. 2 p.m. Pacific time. Thank you. Unfortunately, I am going to miss it. I will be at work at that time. So I am planning on watching it with folks, maybe so you can see my live reaction, or recording it. One way or another, I will do that. So do feel free just to watch it with any of the number of co-streamers out there or on your own. I will share my reaction later, or you'll either see it live or be able to or be able to look at this wiggle. I noticed this in the original. I was wondering if it'd be in here. Let's see, can I get it to do it again? Look at that. World Wiggle. Weird. Anyway. Maybe Breath of the Wild 2. I'd love to see more about that. I suspect we will see more on the new Kirby game, which honestly I'm super pumped about. I think that looks like an amazing game. We're going to just cheat and do this. Something that I used to think as a kid was a waste of time until I realized it actually is faster. Kirby anniversary stuff, Derpediah, that would be amazing. I still have the first Kirby Anniversary Edition, which or collection for the Wii, which I think was 25 years? Is that what it is? And Kirby is just a franchise that I really appreciate and enjoy. I'd love to see more. And it'd be really cool to see a collection maybe... Oops, hello. That was rough. It'd be neat to see a collection of the games that weren't in the Wii collection. Can I do... Oh, gosh. Hold on. Man is struggling. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Come on. Ah! Whoa! Okay, maybe not. Man is just going to abandon all hope here. We're going to go the other way. I swear I'm actually good at this game. I'm just kind of taking my time here. But I think that would be a really... Jeez. That'd be a really cool thing, you know, especially with all the hype around the new Kirby game. I think it would make a lot of sense. We're just going to go this way. When I'm not thinking about the game, I tend to play it a lot better. There we go. Whee! Whee! Hi, how's it going? I'm the Big Bob-omb, Lord of all blasting matter, King of kabooms the world over. How dare you scale my mountain? By what right do you set foot on my imperial mountaintop? You may have eluded my guards, but you'll never escape my grasp. And you'll never take away my power star, and hereby challenge you, Mario. If you want the star I hold, you must prove yourself in battle. Can you pick me up from the back and hurl me to this royal turf? I think you cannot. Derpediah, I love it. Derpediah says, when I was a kid, I always dreamed of a free-roaming Kirby game, so I'm super hyped for this one. Right, because on the N64, that's not what we got. We got... Oh, look at that. You can see the low-poly Mario. Look at this. Look at that. The low-poly Mario. Look how interesting he looks. All right, we're going to come over here. Whoop! Or get tossed. Okay. Dude, not cool. At least that didn't actually reset. Oh, what? Yep. Yep. I figured that was coming. Okay. That's rough. Why? I'm so blue. I don't understand. My white balance is all wonky today. My apologies, everyone. Maybe it's... Is it... I'll have to look and see. All right. Are we... What are we doing here? What are we doing, friend? Okay. We're going to try this again. When was a scam... Hold on a second. Kirby 64 was a scam. It says 3D Kirby game on the eShop page. I mean, it is a 3D Kirby game. It's just not... It's not a 3D... How... yeah... It's like 3D, almost... Well, it's like Klonoa. It's not quite... I almost was going to say it's like how Super Mario 3D... or Super Mario Brothers... New Super Mario Brothers. There we go. That's what I was trying to say. I was almost going to say it's like the new Super Mario Brothers franchise, but it's not. It may have a polygonal main character animation and model, but it's still 2D assets for quite a bit of the game. Whereas Klonoa had that sort of almost isometric view, which is... That's the thing about the Kirby game. Hey, I defused the Bob-omb. I might be fast enough to ground the King Bob-omb, but you'll have to pick up the pace if you want to take King... I can't... I was trying to do, like, in third person, first... Yeah, whatever. Let me just read it as is. You might be fast enough to ground me, but you'll have to pick up the pace if you want to take King Bowser by the tail. Methinks my troops could learn a lesson from you. Here is your star, as I promised, Mario. If you want to see me again, select the star from the menu. For now, farewell. And there you have it. Almost, I don't think this game gets enough recognition. The first Super Mario Brothers game gets talked about a lot because of how much it actually would teach you the mechanics of the game in just even the first level. But actually, the thing is, this game does the same thing. That first level teaches you so much. You not only have to just figure out navigation and basic movement, and it drops you in this lovely little spot where you can just have a whole bunch of fun and mess around. You throw boxes that don't do anything. But then you have to figure out the core mechanic of how you defeat all of the Bowser bosses in this game, which I love. This game really does a great job of actually teaching you how to play this game in that first level. You must be strong and pretty fast. How fast are you anyway? Fast enough to beat me, Koopa the Quick? Let's try it. Okay. There we go. Go. Let's see if I'm actually fast enough for it. Ooh, already off to a bad start. No! Wow. I'm telling you. It's funny because I'm going to attribute it somewhat to playing with a different controller or a different platform. But, oh, gosh. I did play this last on the original Nintendo 64. Ooh, my goodness. But this is, it's not going my way is what I'm trying to say. There we go. How dare you, Mr. Koopa the Quick. I probably should have just gone up the side. Oh, well. This is a mess. Oh, my goodness. Dude, no. The bowling balls are getting me. There we go. Let me take that lead right there. Please, please, please get out of the way. Wee. Woo. All right. Oh. Dag nabbit. By the way, everyone, I am still getting over a little bit of a cold, so my apologies. There, we're just going to do this. Wahoo. There we go. Boo. Boop. All right. There's the Koopa. Koopa the Quick can never beat Mario. I like that Koop Central. All right. I get me a star. Perfect. Pixel Knight, hey, sneaks in late like in school. I didn't notice the notification. No worries, Pixel. Welcome on in. Dirtbadiah says, I've only played the Game Boy Advance Klonoa game, but it was fun. Those were really good games, and a great evolution of the original Klonoa game. I've played the original and I've played the Wii remake. I think there's something really special about that series. I gotta say, it's probably the original Klonoa is probably my favorite original PlayStation game. But hey, I wanted to talk a little bit about some other gaming news. There's been all kinds of gaming news lately. Now, first of all, I'm curious how many of you... What? Look how blue I am. You know what? Hang on. I'm gonna fix something here. I don't like this. Oh. Okay. Look at this. This is how I control some of my lights. I'm gonna just change things up a little bit. That's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. First, I'm gonna go like that. Let's see what this would look like. If I go like this. No, that's a little different. Could be better. Could be like that, and then yeah, it's a little less blue. I still have the blue here though, so maybe I need to change that. But for right now, let's just go with that and see if that makes things a little bit better. I think it's the TV screen, to be honest, is the other part of it. And Pixel Knight says I could track down the GBA Klonoas. They are also on the Wii U Virtual Console. I wish I had the whole collection. It's really a cool series. I love it. But of course, game prices right now are ridiculous. But hey, let's talk about this. Who here is interested in a Steam Deck? Let's talk about this for a moment. Valve has released or has lifted the sort of embargo on initial reactions to the Steam Deck. So they've rolled out some early updates. They've given some key players in the YouTube world some devices. They're being reviewed. We're getting some early feedback about the Steam Deck. And I'll tell you, I'm intrigued. I really am. Now, I have never been a PC gamer. I mean, I shouldn't necessarily say that. I've sort of gotten to be a little bit more of one as of late. And a few years back, I did do quite a bit of gaming on a personal computer. But I'm very intrigued with what Valve has done for a long time. And Valve did something that I think really helped me to get into gaming on a PC, and that is release a platform that acted as a very nicely designed hub for your games. And as my Steam library developed, and a lot of the games I couldn't play because of not owning some of the modern systems would be released for Steam, my collection grew, and I actually, sometimes they were really cheap to get games I eventually wanted to get on, like, the PS3. It is a little pricey there, Animate Barrel. I believe the base version is $400, and it goes all the way up to $700 if I'm not mistaken. But the thing is, the Steam Deck iterates on quite a few of Valve's ideas, which I think actually were really good ideas. One of them is that one of them is actually something Valve has worked on for years, and that is they have been developing a Linux library. In other words, they're either porting or developing a backend that would allow for Windows-based games to be played on Linux. And by having an open platform like that, Valve is not beholden to Windows as a core part of the experience of playing Steam games. And this really was something that was started even before this, but I'd say really in full force when Valve announced the Steam machines, which I thought back then was a very interesting concept. And the Steam machines were meant to be these devices, basically computers, but running Linux and a special version of the big picture mode of Steam. And,
Well,
Dad.
hold on to your hats. We're being raided.
Dad and Cat, welcome on in. Thank you so much for that raid. Welcome, everybody. Ooh, I've got some comments here to read in a moment. Dad and Cat, thank you so much. Can we get a shout out for Dad and Cat, if you please? Thank you so much. Dio is here, my friend. Hello, how are you? Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Thank you so much for coming on in. If you don't know Dad and Cat, family-friendly streamer, awesome. It was so nice to hang out with you in your stream while you were playing some of the goofiest point-and-click strong bad game. And you know what I need to do? I just realized I need to go back and talk to the Bob-Omb at the start. Let's do that. We are playing some of this. It's a lot of fun. OG 3D Mario, except we're playing it on the Switch with the Super Mario Bros. 3D All-Stars collection. So it's not quite the OG Super Mario 64, but yes, indeed, that's what we're playing here. Starting a new save file. We're going to see. We might play this for a bit. Let's talk to this Bob-Omb. There we go. Maybe. Are we going to have success here? how was your stream? What were you doing? More of the playthrough of Strong Bad? And we're gonna go ahead and get that shout out there. Shout out, Dad and Cat. Boom. Dio, so good to see you. Here we go. We got ourselves a cannon. You did Minecraft, saving Strong Bad for when Cat joins on Saturday. That makes sense. That makes sense. It was a late night, just you playing Minecraft stream. Perfect. Well, that's fun. Well, yeah. So going back here, we've been talking about some video game news, and one of the things that I wanted to talk about now are thoughts on the Steam Deck. So going back real quick, we actually have a comment from Derpadiah saying the Steam Deck looks pretty cool, but I will probably just stick to my regular PC. For portable stuff, I just like to use the Switch. And I'm going to be honest. I think what Nintendo has always known, I really think this is intentional on Nintendo's part, is that for handhelds, you want to have a device that does not have the latest and greatest technology. Because as a handheld, you want to take it places. And if that handheld is extremely expensive and utilizing the latest and maybe even the fidgetiest of technology, it's going to discourage you from actually playing your system portably. Nintendo Switch, I think, is such a great example of Nintendo's brilliance here. Oh, this is interesting. Oh, Nintendo's reversed. Wait, is this an option, I wonder? I'm curious if there's actually an option to invert the camera. Because the original is flight style. I want to see something here. Let me figure out. Let's see. I pushed this, I think. Okay, options. Aha, vertical Mario Cam inverted. I think this is what we want. I think that's all we want. Or if we just go, well, I can't go Y. I think that's it. I think that's going to get us what we need. I think. Okay. Let's try this here. If I hadn't needed a PC for streaming, also just gaming, I would have considered the Steam Deck a little more, Dad and Cat says. Yeah, I can totally understand that. Dio says, I played so much Mario 64 when I should have been studying in college. I hear you on that too. Oh boy. I may have overshot just a little bit there. Portability is super important to me because I move around a lot, but Nintendo nails the portability of their handheld consoles. Yes. I agree. And the Switch is such a Let me just first of all be clear. I'm actually somewhat critical of the Switch. I think there are things that I wish it did better. I think that its controls are some of the weakest in many... Well, in fact, if I'm honest, they may be the weakest Nintendo first-party controls of any console, save maybe the DS Lite, which had notoriously spotty directional pads. I really do. I think the Joy-Cons are not so great. Now, the Pro Controller saves things. But really, they're... Oh, boy. Oof. The Joy-Cons are not great, as far as I'm concerned. Hey there. But all of this is to say that with the Steam Deck, though, you know, but I love the Switch. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I still prefer it in terms of the games I want to play, the way I want to play them. I think it's an excellent handheld console. Excellent gaming system overall. I know it's a hybrid. I still think of it primarily as a console. I play mostly through the TV. Although lately I've played more in handheld mode because I have the OLED version and that screen is gorgeous. But let's get a couple more stars in here. Unfollow, unsub, refund bits, animate barrel says nice. Chrono's heading to bed. Good night. Good for you. I know you need to get that sleep, so stay on target. Stay on target. Anyway, I guess for me, I'm just gonna say I don't plan on getting a Steam Deck. It's just too much money for me to justify. Although I will say, if I were in the market for another, and maybe we call it a current gen system, I think I would go with a Steam Deck over a PS5 or Xbox Series X. Is that even what it is now? The Series X? Oh, owie. I think that's what it is. But that leads me to something else. There's another console coming out, and that is the Intellivision Amico. Now, some of you have heard me talk about this quite a bit, and it's something that, boy, it was announced a long time ago. It's been a hot minute. If you're not familiar with this, the Intellivision Amico is the product of a team of people at the company Intellivision, which originally created the Intellivision video game console in the second generation of video game consoles, alongside the Atari 2600. Gotta get going. Derpadiah says, have a good stream. Thank you so much. Have a good one yourself. Thanks for hanging out with me and for following. And I hope you've enjoyed this stream, and hope to see you again. If you like what you see, and you want to kind of check me out on some other platforms and things, I do have a YouTube channel. It's nowhere near as good as Beta 64's, and it's lying dormant for a bit. But I am on Twitter, and I'm active there, and I share a lot of my Animal Crossing stuff on there. I love Animal Crossing, so you'll probably see a fair amount of Animal Crossing pop up. But yeah. Pixel Light. Intellivision. Oh, yay. Will the controller suck like the original? Yeah. You know, I have to admit, I never played the original. I actually don't know if it's that bad. I've heard some people say there were some nice qualities about it. I actually tend to be fairly favorable about the game controllers that had number pads with overlays. It's sort of the same problem that keyboard and mouse has for me. Like, the mouse being a viewing and aiming device is pretty good, but unfortunately, the keyboard is not designed as a video game controller. And WASD, I'm sorry, you can't convince me that it is a effective, efficient, or ergonomic way to control your video games. 'Cause that's not what it was designed for. The D-pad and the analog stick are far superior. But let me see. Where was I going with all that? I'm getting distracted. I'm distracting myself is what I'm doing. Did we get 6 of them? So where are the other ones? Where are the other red coins? We'll have to find them, huh? Expedited Healer's got to get going too. No problem. Good night. Thanks so much. I really appreciate you hanging out. Thanks for coming with Beta's Raid. It's so good to see you. It was nice to chat with you in Beta's stream as well. And I will catch you on another stream or hang out with you in Beta's stream or all the good stuff there. But yeah, the Intellivision Amico. So let's talk about that. The company is now, the president of Intellivision is Tommy Tallarico, who purchased the Intellivision company and wants to revise its video gaming, division to actually have hardware and games coming out. This was announced several years ago. At this point, I don't remember exactly when, and it's been a long time. But when it was first announced, what was interesting to me is it was going to be a family-friendly console. This is still the plan. Games that are appropriate for all ages. So no excessive violence. I mean, actually, in many ways, games that you would expect to see me stream. Let's put it that way. And I have had an opportunity to play this system. I actually met Tommy Tallarico and played the Intellivision Amico, and I'll tell you, in all honesty, that controller is amazing. It really is cool. I'd love to get my hands on it again as soon as possible. But unfortunately, the last couple years has apparently been a real struggle for Tommy and for the folks at Intellivision, and there's been delay after delay, and even more unfortunately, there has been a lot of negativity online, and a lot of opinions, and sort of, I'm not gonna lie, almost this strange sort of division between people who sort of defend the console and those that hate on the console. And it's almost like, why are you spending this much energy doing something which, like, let's hope and support the team that they're able to put out the product they envision, and let's then go from there. Like, we don't need to nitpick every little detail. And that's kind of one of the things I've been thinking a lot about in terms of content creation and just sharing things about video games in general. It's like, are we really contributing that much when we just parse every little detail of every little announcement? Why not just wait and see if we enjoy something? Balan Wonderworld, I found quite a bit of enjoyment in that game. Is it a perfect game? No. But sometimes we can't really explain why we like certain things, and we just do. And there was quite a bit I liked about the Intellivision Amico. But I do want to say, at Coop Central, this is a very slow chat. Oh, Coop Central. I mean, the one thing, you're not supposed to say that, right? That's what they, you're not supposed to say that. When you say that, then the streamer goes sad. You've done the bad thing in the Twitch. No, Coop Central tonight, it's a bit slow. You're right. No, Coop Central, I don't mind. I'm teasing because there are quite a few people that do get offended by that. Actually, to be honest, it is rather slow tonight, and I'm fine. This is a more me just sharing, I guess, at this point, sort of thing. Like Aspixel Knight says, Animate Braille says I'm getting netherite. Animate says I am listening, and that's part of it. If you want to just lurk while you're here in the stream, that's fine. Chat's gonna be doing what chat's gonna be doing. And the fact that you're all here hanging out with me, however you are hanging out with me, does mean a lot. And Dan Cat says, I know what you mean about the hypercritical reaction stuff. Yeah. I'm glad to know I'm not just thinking about that totally incorrectly. Maybe there's some validity to it. So recently, Tommy Tallarico announced that he has a family member, his father, who is now in hospice care in their home. He and his wife's home. And so he has stepped back some of his role in television, handing off CEO responsibilities to someone else. He's still creative director and president and all that, but this is kind of in the news. But also, there's a new trailer and a new investment opportunity thing. And I gotta tell you, I'm gonna just say this. Tommy actually had asked me, if it would be all right for Intellivision to sort of take some of the ideas from a video I put out there, trying to kind of come up with an approach to making a video for the Amico that would maybe just hit the target audience a bit more. And I had made this short little video, and there were some ideas that he and apparently some people in the team liked, which was very flattering. And I like to see if something looks like I'll like to play and then keep playing it. Dad Cat says, yeah, right? And then playing. Exactly. So they did actually, and he shared the video with me. And it's on YouTube, but he just sent me a message, which I thought was very kind of him to think about that, and said, hey, here it is. There's a lot that I like about it, but I gotta say, there's so much negativity by folks who are just looking to pick apart this console before anything. And there is this. It soured me a little bit to see that there was this whole kind of investment opportunity aspect to the video, because it is part of an investment opportunity, which is, in television is trying to really go big and gear up, but it is hard to wait, and it is tough, and it's like, this is something that I've had $100 down on for quite some time, and it's just like, oh, I just want this to come already. Mana Sprout was really excited. Ms. Mana was excited about it, and of course, time fades certain things. And so that memory, that enjoyment of playing the console starts to fade and stuff like that. I say this because, look, there's the red coin. I knew it was hanging out somewhere. I just want this to succeed. I really do, because I think what they are bringing to the table is worthwhile. I think that what I experienced showed a ton of potential, and also just that controller is just dang neat. It really is. Hey, Neon Glow, what's up? How are you doing? And so the more time that's passing, the more fuel for folks that are being very critical of everything, and often coming up with these wild sort of conspiracy theories that I don't know. Maybe, who knows? Maybe there's some truth to it. But anyway, right now, the biggest YouTubers that I see red like my chat color, Coop Central, I love it. Oh, it's emote only mode. If we could get some chats there, that'd be awesome. Pixel Knight says, oh, that's sad. I know how that feels. My grandma who passed last year was on hospice in her last days. And that is tough. That is tough. Neon Glow is doing well. Thank you so much. And we're going to do that to emote only. If you could just spam some emotes here, that would be awesome. I sure would appreciate that. We're going to do that real quick. Neon Glow with the emotes. I love it. But here's the thing. Like, what I'm reminded of time and time again is that oh, you know what? I can't do this. Let me just realize. Let's exit. Video game companies, video games themselves, they are all they are either, you could look at it as products of people, or they are pieces of art from people, pieces of art from teams, the whole thing. And and there's a face and now kind of a connection that I have to Intellivision, which is I know a person behind it. Not like extremely well, right? But it reminds me that, when we look at Nintendo, we say, oh, come on, Nintendo, what are you doing? The Wii U, wow, what's Nintendo doing? The Wii U right now in gaming news is getting all of this amazing positivity about it. People saying, boy, the Wii U, what a great underrated console, a gem of a console. I agree. I love the Wii U. I think the Wii U is a fantastic video game machine. And it's great to see that it is getting the attention that I think it so rightly deserves. And can we get some hype emotes for the fact that we just got the short star there? Look at that. And thank you for spamming the emotes only. I do appreciate that. Emote only off now for you. Thank you, Pixel Knight, for redeeming that. The Wii U was a good Switch prototype that had an amazing game lineup. Yes, but there are things that it does better than the Switch, in my opinion. But that's the thing. A lot of these things are opinion. In my opinion, the Wii U controller is superior. The gamepad is more comfortable, and I actually prefer the Wii U Pro controller often to the Switch Pro controller. I think it had a better D-pad, for one. Oops. Oh, that was close. Oh, that was close. So I think it had a better D-pad. I think that the only real major thing I'd say the Switch Pro controller has over it is the finish does attract a lot less fingerprints. But Pixelite says the Wii U didn't have many great games. It had a few, but most of them were. See, I don't know. I felt like there was a new game that I really wanted and that I really enjoyed and played more so and more frequently than for the Switch. Because with the Switch, first party games, yeah, we had a lot of Wii U ports. And that's how the Switch started, And yes, there are tons of great games that are coming out for it. But Coop Central, it's getting late for me. I might have to leave soon. No problem. It's been so nice to have you hanging out here. But I don't know. Like, I'm thinking right off the top of my head, Super Mario 3D World, which is one of my favorite. Actually, it is my favorite 3D Mario game. Ooh. I gotta walk quietly to get around those piranha plants. That's what it's telling me. Or we can just run around them, right? Then there's Splatoon, the original Splatoon, which is an amazing game. Favorite console game of that generation. Ooh, boy. Believe it or not, I wouldn't stream it, but there's something I really like about Bayonetta. And so having Bayonetta 2 come out for the platform and, of course, the re-release of the first Bayonetta. There's quite a bit that I like about Star Fox Zero, even though it's not a perfect game, but I like it. Donkey Kong... Ooh, nope. Oh, nope. Oh, that was clutch! Clip it! Oh, ow. Don't clip that. Or clip it. Who knows? Donkey Kong Country Returns. No, that was on the Wii. Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze was an original Wii U title, and that's the best platformer. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. Now are at Womp's Fortress. Exactly, Coop Central. Okay, do you ever say thank you? No, we're not going to wipe your feet on me. I think I'll crush you just for fun. Okay. Hi. Boom. And that's saved. Dio, thank you so much. That was it. Yeah, Tropical Freeze is an amazing game. I'm sorry, I'm distracted right now. If I just look back on here, I probably could just look on my list of games. What else was on there? Oh, Nintendo Land! Nintendo Land is amazing! Mario Kart 8 came out for that. Super Mario Maker came out for Wii U. Again, look. I love the Switch, but the Wii U... We had... Breath of the Wild came out for it, technically, right? Okay, Nintendo's amazing. Pixelite says... Yeah, and Nintendo Land you can't do on the Switch. Let's just put that out. That is amazing. That's so good. But think about the fact that we had Mario Maker, Mario 8, Splatoon, 3 incredible games all get the the re-release or the sequel treatment. Smash Brothers on there. I'm not a Smash fan, but it was on there. Third-party support is a bit mixed, but actually not as bad as most people assume. I think there were quite a few games that were really excellent third-party games on there, and with the virtual console, which is amazing, and the remote functionality and all of the media entertainment apps and things like that, just wow. The Wii U, and it had music in the eShop. We don't have that with the Switch. So that's my Shooter McGavin. Is that man with a fresh cut, or am I crazy? That's a fresh cut. Yes, and Zelda. We also had Wind Waker HD, which was amazing. I have this game, Rodea. Is it Castle in the Sky? I can't see it from here. I'm looking at. There's some Batman games. I mean, seriously, the Wii U is awesome. Yeah, you could almost get the entire Zelda series on the Wii U, which is true. I mean, it had the most robust virtual console support. It did lack some titles and some systems, but then it made up for it by having games for the DS and stuff like that. It was backwards compatible. You could use Wii remotes, and with Wii remotes, you could do things like use this. Look at this. You could, this right here was nothing. You could get this controller that plugged into your Wii remote. You get that with the I think there was a Super Nintendo version as well. Both of those I think were available through the Japanese Club Nintendo. But then think about this. If you got the mini consoles, you could plug those into your Wii remote and play classic virtual console games on your Wii and Wii U. This it's not bad, but I actually think it's almost better with that Wii remote combo. You could use almost then with that in mind, almost every controller that came out for Nintendo, minus this one, because there was no controller that worked that. And it had Batman Arkham City, right? And you could play NES games, SNES games, N64 games, GameCube games. No, wait. You could, well, was there GameCube Virtual Console? I don't think there was. And so I think you were missing out on that. But Wii games and then Wii U games, you could almost play everything from the console generations. And then there was no GameCube. Thank you, Dad and Cat. I couldn't remember there. But you could play with the GameCube controller. And then that was a miss. Then there was support for Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, and DS. So actually just about every handheld was supported on the system. Think about that. If you had a Wii U, you could almost play every single game, mainline system, game system from Nintendo, handheld and console. That Wii backwards compatibility was awesome. For a lot of people, they wanted to transfer over all of their games. Very cool stuff. Hey, we've got 8 of the Power Stars. You know what? Let's go take on Bowser real quick. Let's do it. Oh, let's talk to Toad real quick. This Toad's hiding here in the shadows. It was Bowser who stole the stars. I saw him with my own eyes. He's getting 6 stars in each course, but you won't find all of them in some courses until you press the cap switches. The stars you found will show on each course's starting screen. If you want to see some of the enemies you've already defeated, select the stars you recovered from them. Okay. Sorry. Let's go on. Yeah, and Lego Batman 2 and 3, I want to say, I think you're right, Pixel Knight. It had the Assassin's Creed US edition. I don't remember what version it is, but it had that, which I think I picked up for $5. I'm not going to complain. I played a little bit. It wasn't bad. Yeah. So, look, the Switch, the Switch has done a few amazing things. It's recaptured the imagination of gamers. It's been it has a wonderful co-op personality. Even just the ability to take the Joy-Cons off and share them is amazing.
You stepped right into my trap, just as I knew you would. I warn you, friend, watch your step.
Suddenly Bowser sounds like Sean Connery. I don't know. But I mean, look, I could heap praises on the Switch. It does a lot of things right. But I feel like I feel like there are a few steps backwards and a few steps to the side with the system. That is to say, not that they're worse things, but they're different things, and they're things I miss, which, same thing around the GameCube era. Nintendo focused on different things, and different isn't always a bad thing. Change isn't a bad thing. And I think the Switch certainly has been popular, but I think there's some Nintendo magic that I miss that I just feel we haven't seen. And the potential that I wish Nintendo had capitalized on to have various different controllers. Like, can you imagine Joy-Cons in the orientation of a Joy-Con that snaps onto your system, but with controls that would be like GameCube controls or N64 controllers? Not a Pro Controller style, not this, but actually something that would go on the side of your system and replicate the feel, but on both sides. If they did that, I'd be pouring all my money into all these controllers. I love controllers, and I think it'd be just a lot of fun. But Nintendo, while they've experimented a bunch with things like Labo and Game Maker and stuff like that, they have actually not experimented that much with a lot of peripherals this generation, interestingly enough. Let's see. After Bowser, I need to go to bed. Buy in advance, Coop Central says. No worries, my friend. I guess we'll delay here for a moment. No, just kidding. The Lego games on Wii U were great because two-player was one person on TV and one on the gamepad, so no split screen. Yes. Pixel Knight says, I think Lego Batman 2 and 3 might be better than the Lego DC Super Villains, the most recent DC one. Coop says, no need. I kid, Coops. Thanks again for hanging out here. Okay.
Someone was in the pod. The tracks go off in this direction. Look,
Marcus.
sir, followers.
Marcus Devil May Cry. Thank you so much for coming on in.
Tough luck.
This is Sean Connery Bowser for some reason.
Tough luck, Mario. Princess Toadstool isn't here. Wahaha. Go ahead, just try to grab me by the tail. You'll never be able to swing me around. A wimp like you won't throw me out of here. Never.
I don't know why. So long, King Bowser. Marcus Devil May Cry says, very unpopular opinion, but I don't think we're going to see Zelda this direct. Instead, we're going to see Zelda in the Summer Direct. Marcus Devil May Cry coming on in with the hot take right off the bat. I'm super happy you're here, my friend. Thank you for sharing that thought. It's possible. I feel like we could see a little, but ooh, that was rough. my Bowser throwing is off. My Bowser game's off. There we go. I don't know. Super likely since they said it was for the first half of 22. That's right. They did. Ooh. You're right, Dad and Cat. They did. Nintendo said we were going to see games from the first half of 2022, and I doubt we're going to see Breath of the Wild so soon. But then again, Nintendo likes to do the one more thing, and I absolutely could see them, showing something, or just giving us a little teasers. One more thing. Hey, this is still in development, kind of thing. I'm not sure we're going to see a new game, anything that isn't already known about. Oh my goodness, are you kidding me? Wow. Hold on, I am way off here. Let me see. Let's let Bowser do his thing here. Okay, let's see if I can do this. If I go in with zero expectations, I can be pleasantly surprised.
Bye-bye.
Yay! There we go. That's what I wanted. Bowser does not look happy.
I guess I was a bit careless. This is not as I had planned, but I still hold the power of the stars, and I still have Peach. You'll get no more stars from me. I'm not yet finished with you, but I'll let you go for now. You'll pay for this later.
Bye indeed, Coops. Coop Central, thanks so much. Yeah, thank you so much for joining. It's been really nice hanging out with you and nice to chat with you. And do good and be well. Stay safe and healthy. I'll catch you next time. Marcus Devil May Cry says talks about this fact, but this year is the 35th anniversary of Final Fantasy. So in a sense, Nintendo helped Final Fantasy. What is I think Final Fantasy going to show up in. So I think Final Fantasy is going to show up in the Direct. Add to that the fact that Final Fantasy Tactics Remastered got a leak like a month ago, so I'm going to call it. I like it. Bye, Coops. Thank you, everybody. If we could say bye to Coops, that'd be awesome. That is cool. Coops, it was nice hanging out with you, my friend. Let's see here. Let's go down let's go down here. Good night, Coops. Dio says that would be awesome, Marcus Devil May Cry. And we do know that there are 3 games, Triangle Strategy, something else and something else coming from Square Enix, right? Sliding away. And plus Final Fantasy Tactics fits like a glove on Switch. Can you imagine touch controls? Snow Mountain Summit. Watch for slippery conditions. Please enter the cottage first. Mario Rabbids 2 news, maybe, Dan Cat says? Could be. Very well could be. And then there's also the fact that Metroid Prime, Bayonetta. Oh boy. That was unfortunate. Whatever the team working on is it Retro Studios that's working on something we don't know? Can't remember. I know there's so many things that are still out there we don't know much about, so. But we're halfway through the Switch's purported lifetime, you know? There might be more life to it, might be less. I don't know. Here's one of the things I wanted to talk about with everybody was, what do we think the future of gaming is? Oh boy, this is not my jam right now. They need a new DK game to help get people to the theme park. You're right. Marcus wants Golden Sun. That'd be amazing. Maybe because like a year ago, Nintendo asked another company to help them do a remake. I'm not sure what we're going to see in the Direct. I'm thinking maybe Mario Kart, and my big hope that ain't likely to happen is a Zelda Oracle Games remake. Ooh, I love it. But I really wonder about the future of gaming. As we go into a digital age, where less and less games are going to be distributed in a physical format, I'm really curious. If Nintendo's model currently is going to work, because, hey, look, the Switch is great for all kinds of reasons, but its digital shop is not amazing. There's quite a lot of issues with navigating it. And if you think of something like Steam, which has built such a developed ecosystem, if the Steam Deck takes off and eventually becomes more and more affordable as a result of just being a system that has been out longer, and the hardware is, older hardware and cheaper hardware as a result, like that might be some serious competition if Nintendo were to go the route of a digital-only sort of Switch. I love the Nintendo shop, Marcus says. I mean, look, it is personally, I actually don't think it's as bad as people claim it to be, but I do agree with folks who point out that it is not it's slow to navigate, and there's so much to navigate through that it's just not the easiest. The stuff on it is not the issue. It's the difficulty to actually find what you're looking for. And so I don't know. And then, like the Amico, I would love for the Amico to really just take off. But as time goes on, I don't know what the video game landscape is going to be. Phones and tablets and PCs are becoming more and more capable. I mean, PCs have always been, right? And they've been getting more and more input methods that make a big difference. The Xbox situation is that they're basically investing in Game Pass. They're investing in buying more and more companies so that they can put... Who's Metal Ryan Gamer? Welcome! And Maverick! And thank you so much for the cheers. Thank you so much. Do it! Drop the penguin! Give in to the dark side! Pixel Knight says that's funny. I just like to see what happens, not really trying to predict the future of gaming, really. Mainly because thinking about it too hard can give me slight anxiety attack. I'm sorry. Please, if anything that I'm doing is triggering you in any way, please let me know.
We've got inbound. I need follower.
What? Wait, Geeks, Freaks, and Video Games was not following before? What's that? Marcus, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Metal Ryan Gamer, thank you for the 102 bits. I didn't realize that name wasn't following you. Sorry, no problem. Thank you so much. Hey, I just found a baby penguin and a new friend. Thank you so much. We're talking about the future of video games. We're talking about the Nintendo Direct, predictions, all kinds of anything video game related that's on your mind. Feel free to throw it out there. But Xbox, so Nintendo is doing its thing. Nintendo's always done well with developing games. They are incredibly talented video game developers. But, Microsoft is going the route of purchasing companies so that they can...
Whoa, thank you. How generous.
Anime Barrel, thank you so much. Maverick says, you kidnapped a baby, then brought it back for more power. That's funny. Okay, Pixel Knight, thank you for sharing that. Dan Cat says, I figured I'm not worried about the future of video games. If they stop making games entirely, I might actually play through my Switch backlog during the rest of my life. I love it. I love it. Let's race this enormous penguin, by the way. That's funny. That is true. I feel like I've said this before, but I've told Ms. Man, I said, all these games, this is my retirement plan. I said, no, it's not that I'm going to sell them and make enough money to retire. It's what I'm going to do with retirement. Of course, one of the parts of the joke there is I'm probably never going to retire. But now Maverick says Microsoft is making a poor choice by trying to buy everything. But hey, wait, you know what? I gotta take a moment here. I gotta take a moment. Is who? Let's see here. Is let's see. I want to Shooter McGavin. Are you here still, Shooter McGavin? I'm wondering. Okay, I'll wait and see if Shooter McGavin is here. But Nintendo focuses on making amazing games. They are incredible that way. They're very much perfectionists. They're very much inside focused, if you will. Does that make sense? Microsoft, however, they are doing something different, and I do appreciate that. I'm not a fan of Microsoft consoles. There's not enough to get my interest, but I appreciate that what they are doing is they're not they're taking a totally different approach to gaming. And it's not that they are saying, okay, all of these companies are going to mean that these are exclusive to our games, to our console or our platform. Sorry, that these games are exclusive to our platform. Instead, what they're doing is, we're going to invest in these companies. We, of course, make some money through that investment. But very importantly, with Game Pass, which has been wildly popular, they're basically building the Netflix of gaming. So many games are free to play with a Game Pass subscription. So while honestly it's not right now my interest, Stadia, this is another news item in the news lately. Stadia. Google is looking for people to help bail out Stadia. Oh boy, that corner is killing me. Shooter McGavin, Art of Man, I stepped away. No problem. Shooter McGavin, I wanted to take a moment and I wanted to thank you for just being so uplifting. You are so kind. And I want to get to know you more. So I want to know what are you most excited for in the year ahead for video gaming? I'm curious. Dad and Cat, I think that's it. So they're buying these companies to ensure that they will have their games on the streaming service. And then Sony is buying up companies as well, and I think for exclusive games, which is what Sony does. And honestly, I don't know where the future is going to take us, and I really don't know what is going to be the breakaway hit. I'm actually really confused. I could not tell you. There's a part of me that hopes Nintendo can continue this momentum built up through the Switch. I think that Nintendo would be able to very successfully continue dominance in the hardware arena, should they be able to create a line with the Switch like they did with Game Boy, where because you're already in the Switch ecosystem, your library carries over, physical and digital, or maybe even they just make it so that all your physical copies can be like loaded up and installed, like with some of the systems that are out now. And there'd have to be some way to prevent this from being abused, but something where in future iterations of the Switch you can buy more capable hardware, but it's still backwards compatible, and maybe in the initial run of games there's not a whole heck of a lot of games that require the new hardware, so early adopters and big Nintendo fans will go into it, but then it'll take a while, and then more and more people will go in. I think that would be a great way to go. I think it would make a lot of sense. So that way Nintendo can continue sort of what they're doing in this area that they're sort of just they own that area, and it would leave room for other companies to do other things, and continue to have some success. But Nintendo has the main kind of console. I don't know, maybe I could be wrong. N64 Night, right, Felix? How's it going? Welcome on in, Felix. Boy, there's a lot of chat I need to catch up on. Here, Shooter McGavin, I'd asked that question, so thank you, man. I think I'm most excited for more RPGs as well as some new, as a new Switch. Like the newest Pokemon game looks very cool. I'm also kind of excited for remakes or sequels from past games. I like it. So RPGs, you're probably interested in Triangle Strategy or things like that. I want a Quest 64 sequel. That's what I want. New Switch games. Gotcha. New Switch games. I'm sure we're going to get some of those. By the way, I broke this is Penguin's record. Dasco's in the house. Welcome on in. Dio's headed to bed. Love the discussion going on. Dio, I love you. And God bless you, my friend. Thank you so much for being in here. Marcus says, I think Disney's going to buy PlayStation. HE double hockey sticks. I think Disney's going to do it. Honestly, who knows? I mean, we are seeing this unprecedented monopolization of video games, and I don't really know what to think about it. I don't know, and it's already happened with movies, film, TV, and the like. But it is interesting because as an art form, video games has such an interesting history. And so far, it has avoided this sort of monopolization. I mean, Nintendo being, obviously a first party that dominates in sales and whatnot of its first party titles, is still a small, drop in the bucket in terms of, size and power and, dominance in the industry. But it's still the biggest. But, if we start seeing the likes of Sony and Microsoft buying up all of these developers and housing them, and then basically having the authority to do with them whatever they want, it's going to change the landscape. So I don't know. And Felix, yes, we are playing N64 tonight because I'm playing this on the Super Mario 3D All-Stars collection on the Switch with the Nintendo 64 online N64 controller. Anyone trying Rune Factory 5? Maverick asks. That's a great question. That does look really good, and I would be interested in it. I am actually interested in that. Dasco, if we could get a shout out for Dasco, VTuber, Western themed, all the jazz. Dasco, thank you so much for coming on in. If you don't know Dasco, he plays a ton of RPGs. And we're gonna put that in there. Not family friendly. He'll have you know. So just be aware of that. But heck of a nice guy all the same. There we go. Maverick, I'm very interested in Rune Factory 5. That might be up Shooter McGavin's alley. Mav says, the way that Microsoft handled the previous acquisitions, promising that they won't make things exclusive, but then months later making all future games exclusive to Xbox and PC. Ooh, see, I didn't realize that's what's been happening, so that does not bode well. Pixel Knight says, the best thing about the Game Boy line, now that I have a GBA, I can play any Game Boy game except Kirby Tilt and Tumble. And you could, with enough with enough determination, you could play that too. Animate Barrel, PlayStation is Sony. Can't imagine Sony being bought out, but I'd have to say the same about Fox. Honestly, I believe that the PlayStation that brand has not necessarily done terribly well in terms of Sony overall sales, where I could see, right? I could see Sony as a whole selling the PlayStation brand, not Sony, but the PlayStation brand. Sorry to change the subject, but I was wondering how your family member is doing with COVID. Thank you, Animate Barrel. Good news. She is recovering quite well. She was fully vaccinated. Symptoms, were pretty mild, all things considered. She is feeling better. She's feeling better every day. She's still quarantining at home and everything, but things are looking good. So that's the good news. Thank you for your thoughts and prayers. I appreciate that, and I think that's it's about the best we can hope for right now. So yeah. Pixel Knight says I can play it in the GameCube. You could. You just got to move the GameCube around, shake, rattle, and roll like you said you're gonna do for your video. Shooter McGavin says, I also think nowadays we see more gaming corporations pump games out of the wazoo, which scares me a little because I'd rather see quality over quantity. When was the last time we had an instant classic like Super Mario 64? Mavic says, exactly. Big facts, Shooter McGavin says. You know what? And I'm going to tell you right now, as I've been playing this game, it's incredible. It is so good. It has a game feel that it's still it's still amazing feeling. I still don't know anything quite like it. I mean, it in the first go just nailed 3D platforming, and basically not only created the genre, but almost perfected it in a single go. I mean, really, and I don't think I'm overstating things. There are flaws in this game, but the game feel is so good. There's not a lot that really, if you were to revisit this game and make it a modern remake, all the bells and whistles, full stop, total remake. There's a lot here that would not be changed. I think the game feel would not be changed. So yeah. But Dan Cat is right, minus the camera. That was still a work in progress, shall we say. Yeah, the camera is probably the biggest offender for this game, but still, it's not bad. Nintendo definitely nailed the genre with 64. I really enjoyed Galaxy and Galaxy 2 with my brother on the Wii when I was a kid. Those are two fantastic games, that's for sure. And although I haven't played Galaxy 2, so I shouldn't really talk too much. I've only played Galaxy through. Galaxy 2 is going to have to be played. I have it. Finally bought it, but I never played it. Should do that. This game is a classic for a reason. Exactly. And, yeah. You dabble in some Paper Mario, Mana? A Shooter McGavin asks. To be honest, I've never actually played through Paper Mario. I've played a little bit at a friend's house, I think it was. He had it, and I just played, about 10 minutes of it. But I have never played through it. And now that it is on the NSO, Nintendo Switch Online, I am interested in going back to it and playing through it, because I've heard so many good things. I've never played it. You'd recommend it. But if you're into RPGs, of course, right? But a game that has been on my to playlist for years is actually Super Mario RPG. I've still never played that. But partly in all honesty, because I'm really not an RPG fan. It's not that I dislike them, but I love Secret of Mana, but that's because it's an action RPG. When you go turn-based, there has to be something really special to attract me to it. One of the few turn-based games that really captured my imagination is Bravely Default. And I admit, I think I'm still in the final boss in that game. I just kind of dropped it. So I don't know. I wish I had more time for RPGs as part of the problem. All right. We need game companies to take a step back, look at games of the past, and make them memorable and timeless. Start there. I like that. See, this is part of the thing about the future of gaming. We had the video game crash in 1983. Why? Because it was a flooded market. People didn't know how to get quality games. And there were just issues with shovelware. And you know what? I mean, there are so many platforms now. No! Well, there you go. That happened. You know what? Forget those red coins. I'm done. I'm out of here. Dumb game. I fear that in some ways we basically created that same problem again, only to slightly circumnavigate it by making these games free. And so then we get bombarded with advertisements and shovelware and things we want to delete from our phones, etc. And to me, that's an issue, right? That's no good. That's no good. Scooter's here. Welcome on in. Yes, Nintendo straight up saved gaming back then. History is repeating. Time flows like a river, and history repeats, as we heard in the sage advice of Secret of Mana. Did I ever try Banjo and Kazooie? Shooter McGavin, I actually, it's funny, almost streamed Banjo and Kazooie today. I'm familiar with the Kazooie. My dad has Banjo. Is that gonna work? Pixel Knight's gotta head to bed, no problem. Stay pixelated, my friend. Have a wonderful rest of your night. I love the Kazooie. I've got a ukulele and Kazooie. Does that ukulele and Kazooie? Is that? There we go. I've got 3 ukuleles. But no, I my man concert time. McGavin says. Okay, fine. Let's do a little strumming on the old ukulele, shall we? You have those games too, Scooter. Exactly. Yay. All right. Dad and Cat, heading to bed. Gonna be responsible. That's probably a good idea. I do understand. Thank you for hanging out. For that I'll give a shout. Seth Haskell in the house. We talked about Disney, the House of Mouse. What do you think is the future of video games? I wish I knew. Do you think that we'll have great games or just a few? Don't you think it was the best when we didn't have so many choices? I think it was, oh, Seth Haskell. I'm glad you like this old art of man life. Everybody, thank you for being here, my friends. I'm doing well. This stream, it's gotta end, but I'm gonna keep on going for a bit. Mario's taking a nap, and maybe we'll go into that fire pit and make it back. So my predictions for the Nintendo Direct is that we're gonna get some Nintendo Switch games highlighted. Maybe a few that we knew about. Maybe a few that we did not expect. But at the end of the day, who is to say? Nintendo's gonna announce what they announce, and we'll have some people who are happy about it. Felix, thanks for that resub.
Welcome.
And there's gonna be some people crabby about it. Oh, my friends, I know we're gonna get some Zelda news at some point. But if it doesn't happen tomorrow, don't lose hope. We know that game is coming. It'll come real soon. And when it comes, we'll have some fun, and we will even play it on this channel. I think Nintendo throws us off. We always try to expect something from the big end. But in the end, they'll surprise us. One more thing. Nintendo, I appreciate you though. Nintendo, Nintendo, you make the games I wanna play each and every day. That's why there's a case behind me that says I'm a Nintendo fan. I got the Switch games, then I got the SNES games, I got the Wii games, and the N64 games, the NES games, and then we keep on going with the 3DS down below the Wii U. Yeah, you can see it. Then there's DS and GBA. Below that is the Genesis games, because I ran out of room over here. Shooter McGavin says, man, I got the bars. I'm not quite sure what that means, cause I don't know what you mean by bars. Is that like a chocolate bar? That's my favorite, or by far I like a chocolate bar. I'll break it into pieces and I'll share with all of you, my friends here in this channel. Man, it needs the SD card. Oh, I don't know what you mean, I'm so confusing. Your lyrics are the bars. All the bars are what I say, like I'm the bard with the bars. I drive around singing my car. I got the bars in the car as I make my way to work. But this ain't work. One more thing. I really want to say thank you much. It's really a lot of fun to have you hang out with me when I play some games during the week and on the weekend when we get together. Like last week we played 2 games. Twice in one day we played some Animal Crossing in the morning, designing homes and enjoying life on our island. Then we climbed a mountain, Celeste, she's the best, getting strawberries and trying to get through rooms that are filled with linens and boxes of things while we find a computer terminal. We play the Pico 8 version of the game. It's a lot of fun thanks to Dark Solid X. We found that, and it's the best. I played through that game, and then a little bit more. Got some strawberries, though, and when I was done, I went to the game and said, oh, hey, that's a lot more deaths on my counter. I didn't stream it, but that was a lot of fun. Revisiting games is something I need to do more of, so I encourage you just to take some time, think about your favorite games and make a rhyme, or better yet, some time so that you can sit down and play them. They're an art form that it demands a little bit of your time. Just get into games, let the art wash about you. You will find that they're the best if you just let them do what they do. And if you want some shorter games, you'll find those too. Indie games are great for that, but you gotta remember that those long games, you gotta make time for them. But don't worry if you just don't like the game you got in your system. Chuck it out and don't worry about it. Gotta have fun with it. And if you don't have time for it, just let me play them for you. There we go. Thank you so much, everybody. Thanks for indulging me. All right. Thank you, Shooter McGavin. Thank you. Mario's not impressed. Mario's just snoozing in the background. Hey, you know what, Mario? It's fine. Talking about lasagna and stuff, probably. I mean, come on. What is this? What is this guy even? What was he thinking about? What's the thing? What did you? There we go. Ah, ravioli, all that stuff. Seth, thank you. Are you a Jigglypuff? You put Mario to sleep. Scooter, don't give away my secret. Hey, there's a toad over here. I like how toads fade in. Little ghostly toads, you know.
Wow, you already recovered that many stars. Way to go, Mario. I'll bet you'll have us out of here in no time.
Note to self, that hurts voice when you're still recovering. Let's have some water. Bowser and his band wrote the book on Bowser. Is Bowser in a band now? Toads are haunting, right? Is Mario 64 a sequel or a spinoff? Ooh. Oh, first of all, I didn't do this yet. Shout outs to Scooter102089, who recently was part of Nintendo Fest and did a whole bunch of retro gaming with Mario games. He's a dear friend of mine, and he's so passionate and knowledgeable about retro games. If you want to go hang out with him, you'll have wonderful conversations. And I also want to give a shout out to my friend Seth Haskell, family friendly, and comes up with the best questions, just like you just heard right there. So if you like what I do, these are two people I really want you to hang out with. Let's make a poll. Let's do this poll. Boom. And the poll is, what is Super Mario 64? Is it a sequel or a spin-off? It's a 1-minute poll. Go ahead and pop your your results down there in the chat. It is only a sequel if the game is a narrative continuation of the series. Okay, here we go. Is only a sequel if the game is a narrative continuation of the series, Scooter? This is a question. And yeah, by the way, Artiman, I beat both Mario Lands with 6 minutes left in my 3-hour stream. Yes, I did go back. I saw the VOD. I did have to leave, kind of towards the end of it. It was too late for me to be able to stay up. But I was getting nervous. I was like, oh no, my man, he's got to get both of these games in there. I'm super glad to hear that. That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay. So let's see the poll. Excuse me, I'm gonna just belch on command. The poll. I'm sorry. All right. The poll is still going, but it is almost done. And now it is, and 3 people said spinoff. Okay. 3 people voted. So no pressure, Scooter says. Don't be a pushover. If anyone tries to shove you around, push back. It's a 1-on-1 with a fiery finish for the loser. Yeah, that is true. Don't. Okay. So 3 people voted and said spinoff. I'm guessing everybody else just didn't know. Couldn't figure it out. I don't know what it is they thought. So I would say it is. When it first came out, I thought of it as a whoa hello. When it first came out, I thought of it as a sequel. Is that fair to say? When it first came out, that was how I viewed it. But then now I see a distinction between 2D and 3D Mario games. However, oh dear. I think that it is a spin-off in that it spun off a new series. But I think when it first came out, it was a natural evolution of the series. But now, in fact, and I would almost say or argue, I would almost argue that before New Super Mario World, you could almost just argue that it was a straight sequel. Or not New Super Mario World, New Super Mario Brothers, New Super Mario Brothers, that's what I mean. because it wasn't a spin-off. It was Mario. Mario was 3D Mario. With no 2D Mario games until New Super Mario Brothers. Is that fair? Oh gosh, you are just being a big bully. So, until New Super Mario Brothers, every Mario game coming out was a sequel. Whoa! Oh gosh, come on, no! Here, let's do that. There we go. Woof. and this was all it was. So I'm gonna say, I don't know. Animate Braille says remake. No, Super Mario 64 DS is a remake. Scooter says, though, to be fair, Super Mario Brothers 1 through 3 didn't really continue with each other. They were their own thing. I'm curious. This is such a good question. Yes, but is Super Mario Brothers 2 and 3 sequels to Super Mario Brothers? See, okay, so we have to define sequel. If we're thinking sequel in terms of a narrative continuity, Mario's narrative. See, that's the thing about video games. As an art form, all art does tell a story, and but it invites people into the story and and participation in it. Some art forms are more direct, some are less. Video games are often less direct, allowing for the player to directly manipulate aspects of the world and thereby actually creating their own story. Some games, of course, though, are very story-driven, It kind of depends. But what are we trying to do? Wait, didn't we bury the bullies? Ah, okay. But for Mario, the story is a device for the general story, which is the saga of Mario. So, think about this. Oops. Oh, come on now. So close. Every game essentially follows the same thing. There's Bowser capturing Princess Toadstool, but that's just the vehicle for the journey that you go on as Mario. And in that sense, I think the story very much could be a continuation. It's just another time of Mario doing his thing. So, yes, Super Mario Bros. 2 had Wart. That's a very good point. You could connect you could connect the stories in different ways. I mean, that was Mario sleeping and all that jazz. So, it definitely is not a sort of cut and dried thing. But I would probably argue that now that you mention it, I would say Super Mario 64 was originally a sequel. Aw, boo. I would say it was originally a sequel, and then it developed into a spin-off series of 3D Mario games. That's what I would say. I don't think you're supposed to run into the red stuff. Now you tell me. Okay. Maybe I'll try to avoid that this time. Let's see here. So I didn't need to oh, hello. Oh, there. Okay, so there's one little mini baddie. And then we're going to go over... Oh, you're not supposed to run into that either. Why then do I have such an issue? It should seem obvious. Ooh. There we go. Come on. Ah. Oh, yes. Like a babamos. Like a babam boss. Babam boss. Am I trying too hard? I don't know. That's a great question. But predictions, by the way, for tomorrow. You missed some fun chat about the future and evolution of gaming. I'm hopeful. There's so many things and products I want to see succeed. I love the ideas behind them. But at the end of the day, and at the end of the day, we should have, people should be free to create new experiences and games and platforms and stuff like that, and we can see what happens and have fun with that. But gosh, why is it that we're nitpicking everything these days? I really don't understand. I'd love to have people be. It's like a babam boss, lol. I'd like to see people just be a little bit nicer to the people that make games and the people that are passionate about games online. Opinions are fine, but let's keep them as opinions, please. There's a star. Let's just grab that star. I don't know where the little mini bottle. Hello. Hello, rolling log. That's not what I want. Hold on. Hold everything. Oh, I dislike this immensely. Oh, boy. Oh, that was clutch right there. Let's grab this star down here. Ka-chow. Dusko says, hey man, how good of a series is Yooka-Laylee? I just remembered I got one of the titles on Epic Games when it was free for that week. Which, by the way, so I believe if I recall correctly, that this game was free on there. Okay. You see, mine still is in the shrink wrap. But if you go on Epic Games now, this is free. Okay. So, depending on which one you're talking about now, they're two very different games. The first game, that's the one you got, right? See? The first game, so go on there, get the second one now. First game is a Banjo-Kazooie-like game. The second is a new Super Mario Brothers-like game. Yeah, Impossible Lair. Impossible Lair is free. It's actually a really quite a fun game from what I've played of it. I've not played it all the way through. The first Yooka-Laylee game, I'll admit, I wanted to like it more than I did. It's not a bad game, but I find that it ends up. Ooh, hello. Woo. Oh boy. Hello. Whoa, Nelly. It ends up feeling very empty at times. Did you see all of that in the background? I'm glad you could see it in the background since I didn't have the right screen up. Sorry about that. Are you saying so? DKC returns Tropical Freeze, more like that for Yooka-Laylee, the Impossible Lair. That's probably fair actually. It's a better example. Scooter, yes, I'm with you. We're still not bullying the bullies, where all the bullies are, but we'll get to them. Is it all the bullies? Is it like we gotta get this one off, get the other ones, and then we have to go all the way to the other side and get that big one? I think that's maybe what we need to do. But anyway, I would say that they're good. I would definitely give them a go. And I'm a big fan of platformers, so it's up my alley. But don't feel obliged if you don't enjoy it. And I wouldn't say that they're perfect games, but collectathons can be fun, but they can also sometimes be very grindy. And so Yooka-Laylee, of course, is in the grand tradition of grindy collectathons. Oh my dear. Oh boy, Mario, this is not your. Oh boy. This is not going your way. There we go. Felix says, I honestly love Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, one of the first games I really got into on the Switch. Dude, Felix. Wait, Dasko says you're saying the Impossible Lair is not as good as the original. No, I think the other way around. This game, the original, is the collectathon. Yooka-Laylee, I would say, can feel empty at times, but I think Impossible Lair is a solid game from what I've played. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I would say. But I mean, they are honestly they're both good games, and if you if you are considering playing, the game, just go for it. They're easy to just jump in. Yeah, give it a try. Yeah, and like Scooter says here, it depends on if you like 3D or 2D platforming more. But Felix, I am with you there. So I'm actually so glad to hear that, because I know we've talked about different games and whatnot, and obviously, I know you're into racing games and the like. I wouldn't have necessarily thought that you would have gotten into Tropical Freeze, but Tropical Freeze is an amazing game. I agree. It is just, it's beautiful. It's just a gem. It is so good. And the feel of it, the game feel is solid. Oh, this is bad. Whoo, Nelly. Yeah. Okay, let's see if this does it. That's gonna bring that star out, but will we get another star? No, we're just gonna. Huh. Where are the other baddies? Like, I'm confused. Have to install it tonight. However, I have to boot it up through Steam since Epic Games alone has 0 controller support. Really? Really? Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Whoa! Whoa! No! 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 There it is. There they are. We need these. We need to get these off. No! 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 I don't want. No! No! Don't kick me over. No! 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 Well, that happened. I just changed my mind again. In the poll, I said Mario 64 is a spin-off, and now I think it's a sequel, Seth says. See? Right? I kid you not. Dasco, that's annoying. Okay, well, that's a thing that happened. So, let's see. Since I did start 15 minutes late, I'm going a little extra. But I think we're going to try and get this star, and then we're probably going to call it a stream after that. Sound good? I'll need to revisit this game and Mario 1 and 3. Honestly, I think that I've convinced myself of my thought there. But in all honesty, I kind of just said it to be somewhat contrary and contradictory. No, this is not good. Oh boy. Let's see, can we do it? We can do it. Wow, I'm just... No! This is an interesting way to do it. Ah, no. No! No! I don't know why I'm doing it this way. It seems like there'd be a much better way to do it. Come on. Come, you know what? Come this way. Yeah, come this way. There we go. Boom. That's the easier way to do it. Tropical Freeze is amazing, but I'm a little peeved at the extra content for additional price when it's a glorified easy mode. I do want to get it for the Switch. I've not yet picked it up for the Switch. I played it on the Wii U. Again, talking about how I really love the Wii U. But yeah, I mean, it's basically getting Funky Kong, which is, I think it'd be fun for just kind of like speed running and just, breezing through levels. Yes, it is an easy mode, but I mean, it's Funky Kong, to me, I think it's kind of cool. Yeah, you could argue, is it worth it? I don't know. But I mean, it's Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, an excellent game on an excellent system. I would love to get it to be able to play it portably, or just play it again through, even though I have it on the Wii U, I could play it again. Still, it's that good. It's just that good. 'Tis that good. Alright, let's see if we can take this guy out. Oh, on. Uh-oh. Oh, now we're in trouble. Oh! Hot tamale. Hot tamale. Hot Italian. Hot plumber. Oh, boy. Ugh. Come on. Come on. Oh, gosh. There we go. That was nerve-wracking. Funky Kong is my favorite. He's so funny. I wish they brought him from Wii to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Yes. Funky Kong is just ridiculous. And yes, I like Funky Kong as well. He's just a funny guy. He's a funny Funky Kong. And Scooter says $30 for one extra character is hard to justify. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. No! Whoa! No! That happened. That happened. Wow. Wow. I have the Wii U version. I didn't upgrade to the Switch version because I thought that the extra content wasn't worth a repurchase. But I'm glad it got a re-release. More people should play it. And I agree on that. It's one of those games where if I can pick it up used or at a good price, physically I would. I don't think I would, double dip otherwise. Ah! It's a thing that happened. Wait, did I actually get... No, hold on a sec. What am I doing? I think I just bypassed the first character, didn't I? No, there's... Yeah, there... What is going on with me? You know what? I'm not playing safe is the thing. I've been playing a long time, so I'm forgetting how to play. So. Oh! Wow. As I've said, most of my Epic Games titles I have to add to Steam as non-Steam games because the Epic Games Launcher itself has literally zero controller support. So, I don't even understand how that's a thing. Like, is it the type of controller you have? Maybe it's the type of controller, because I would imagine, wouldn't it have, like, Xbox controller support at least? Also, I didn't know you could do that. That is true. Seth, you can actually put non-Steam games in your Steam launcher and then use big picture mode and actually overlay whatever controller support with the controller mapper in Steam that you'd like. And it's a very nice way to do it. And yes, the controller mapper in Steam is really, really good. And that's another thing about the Valve Steam Deck that has me interested. Like, there've been all of these videos, people putting the system to its paces. Now, I'll tell you, the big feeling I'm getting from most of the videos is this is not going to take the place of the Switch. It's just not. That it's not going to get there. But in terms of what it is doing, the only competitors right now in the market are doing it for at least twice the amount of money. So the sense is that this is probably going to disrupt the market, but perhaps more than anything, it's going to continue Valve's... Oh boy. Let's do this again. It's going to continue to allow Valve to develop its Linux-based platform and its hardware, and with that, maybe disrupt PC gaming the most, and maybe actually make PC gaming more of a pick-up and play kind of experience than it is currently. So we'll see. More like a console, Doesn't matter if you use PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox One X, or even Xbox One X Elite controllers. Nothing works on that. They only work around Steam. That's ridiculous. Now, is it for all games? Or just for ukulele? Because I could have sworn I played like with a controller for Fortnite just for fun or something like that, but maybe not. And that's through Epic. I don't know. Whoa! These bullies are bullies. Why are you being bully? What you been bully, Bob-Bomb? Bob-Bomb bullies. Oh boy. Why you gotta be so mean? Why you gotta be so rude? Hey, can we just do that? You can just jump on them? Hot potato sassafras. What? Oh boy. Oh, that was lucky. See, look at how nice the texture is on that Bob-Bomb. I gotta be a babambamos. Babambabas. Babambabas. There we go. Babambabas. Babambabas. It's too late. I'm losing it. I gotta go work in the morning. I want to be ridiculous. Mitron came in for that. Animate Bro says, I've never played this game. Really? Really, Animate Barrel? Well, oh, you know, I was actually about to tell you, hey, you don't pick it up on your NSO, but then I realized actually you can't unless you have the expansion pack. I don't know if that you have that. But if you do, it's on there and I'd recommend it. It's going to take a little bit of getting used to, but after, you know, just because it's different from a lot of games nowadays, but the game feel is excellent. I think you would appreciate it. Come now. Behave. Oh boy. Are we gonna have issues here? Whoa. You can come this way. There's one. I'll take that. I'll take the coin, please. Thank you. Just dive headlong into that bomb. There we go. Now, oh bother. Oh bother. Oh boy. Whew. Just gotta keep jumping on them. All right, jump on them, jump on them. Booyah! That's how we do that. Yeah, about that. I quit my NSO sub because of that. At least one of the reasons, Dasco says. Hold on a second. Really? I have a sense of deja vu. Didn't you just do this level like 3 times? Anime Bro, you grew up with PCs instead of consoles? Like, I didn't know that. What are some of the games you grew up with? I'm curious. Did you just do an edge spear from WWE on that bully? Scooter says, I don't even know what that is, but I like it. I like it. There we go. 15 stars, friends. Definitely not on any kind of world record trajectory here, but I think we're going to keep playing this. Now, I do want to play Zelda. We got to continue our playthrough there. Ooh, I'm going to grab that rabbit if I can. Oh, maybe. But I want to continue our Link's Awakening to beat that. Because we got to, play more of that. Well, all right. Hey, come on here, Hoppy. And then we are going to celebrate Saturday my 6th-year stream anniversary with some special stuff. Ooh, there's a little thing. Go in there. That's right. Uh-huh. Oh. What? How? How did I not catch this little rabbit? What? Oh, we just did the little slide jump. I forget how you do that. Gotta run and then no. I forget how you do it actually. You rascally wabbit. We're gonna do this, Maverick. Can't wait to see you finish Link's Awakening. Yes, and it is gonna happen here. Oh, there we go. Oh wait, no, I had it. I had him. Do I? Oh, okay. Look at him. This is a little sleepy rabbit. Or am I? There we go. Yow! Unhand me, brute. I'm late, so late I must make haste. That right there, by the way. Alice in Wonderland. Yep, there we go. Alice's Adventures in Wonderland reference. Animate Barrel says, my therapist and I agreed that I can spend too much money as long as it doesn't involve accumulating, which means Twitch donations. Oh, and please, share. Do share. I'm curious what you mean here, my friend. Yeah, did I understand? That you spend too much money? But then I'm confused that as long as it doesn't involve accumulating. Or is it like that you have to figure out a way to spend only so much money? You're trying not to buy stuff. Fair. Animate Bear, let me tell you this. You have always been so generous with all of your support. You are actually Animate Barrel. You are, I believe right now, probably the currently top pledge supporter. In terms, in terms of that, you've gifted subs, you've been a continued sub, your patron, you've been cheering bits every month. I don't know how much it is. I'd be interested, but I want to just I'm always a little awkward about thanking people for this. There's a part of me that honestly feels like I should not get paid for this. But then there's a part of me that recognizes that it really helps. So I want to thank you. I know I haven't. I don't feel like I do justice with thanking people, but I don't want it to seem like it's taken for granted. And I also want you to know that if you are in a position where you need to back off any or all of it, it is not going to impact how I think of you or my appreciation for you. And if the only thing you can do is just show up, then I'm happy. And if you can't do that, if you have to take a break, I understand that too. But please stay in touch, because I like you and I'd like to stay in touch. But I'm also terrible at staying in touch. So I mean, I won't hold it against you. But but I want to let you know that. So just please know that. Man, I got the rap. Ooh, that's gotta hurt. Thanks, Scooter, for clipping that. Oh, I'm excited to see that one. Anime Bro Heights. Oh no. Now, Animate Bro says, Hillsfar, Tetris, Peggle Style, King's Quest. Oh, sweet King's Quest are games that I started with. Nice. That is nice. I've heard of King's Quest. I've never played it. Heard it's really good. Tetris, of course. Peggle is awesome. Hillsfar, I'm not familiar with. Is that an RPG? Scooter says, I love Peggle. I waited for a sale for like $35 on TF Switch, which is a better value. On TF, what do you mean on TF? Tetris Focus or something like that. Gar here. Marsilio. I haven't heard of Hillsfar in so long. It was a Dragonlance game. That must be an RPG then. We've got ourselves a Gar in the channel. Shout out to a family-friendly RPG friend, Gar. PG. Someone who's heard of Hillsfar. And April says, I'm looking it up. I'm looking up Hillsfar. What is Hillsfar? Forgotten Realms? Is that? No, Hillsfar game. Yeah, Forgotten Realms. Oh, there's a wiki. There's a video game set in the Forgotten Realms, developed by Westwood Studios. Oh, Westwood, okay. Let's see. Oh, it's an Advanced Dungeons and Dragons game? Is this correct? DOS. Oh, it came out on NES as well. Interesting. But apparently it was a Dungeons and Dragons game. Advanced Dungeons and Dragons. Hillsfar. Forgotten Realm, action and adventure. Well, that is pretty cool. What else we got? Gameplay. Players start their game by creating a character. Yep. That adds up. That sounds right. Players may select a pre-made character or create their own. The game is presented in 3 modes. When traveling, this is from Wikipedia. When traveling, the scene is presented using a side-on view. Once in the town of Hillsfar, the game converts to a bird's-eye view of the map. A first-person perspective is employed within the caves. Interaction is handled through what Leslie Iser of Compute Magazine described as a bump interface, which allows the player to trigger interaction with objects by bumping into them. I love that. I actually really enjoy bump interface games. having only played one of them, which is the Ease series. Ease. It's a very cool way of interacting, and it's like if you take leveling systems from Kaboomer's here, by the way. Hey, Kaboomer, man, he used appreciation. It was super effective against Animate Barrel. Kaboomer, thank you so much. Yeah, if you take like turn-based or yeah, like take a turn-based RPG with random encounters and then combine it with an action RPG, like bump interactions actually make a lot of sense because you've got a leveling system which determines whether or not you can actually defeat the enemy, and there's still some randomness and dice rolling involved. But then you have control to like see them and interact with them or choose to try to run from them. And I like that. So I'm interested in that. Animate Barrel is laughing at Kabooner's comment. That is pretty funny. Marcelio says, it reminds me of all those games that used the little decoder ring for their copyright security. Oh, that was a thing. That's right. Oh my goodness. I have an older brother of almost 12 years. Marcelio says, I grew up watching him play games like that. Nice. Animate Barrel says it had a unique style for the era. You wander around the town. You could lock, pick, and break into houses or go to the arena and fight things. Oh, that reminds me, speaking of gaming news, there's another piece of gaming news. There's so much gaming news. There is a game that came out, which is a museum, video game museum of lockpicking. This is a fascinating thing. Go check this out. There is a game on Steam where a developer looked at all of these games that used lockpicking and sort of recreated them, the code, and sort of did it in their own style, and then referenced the games which they're from. To be honest, this would be a really cool in-person museum, but they produced it as a sort of a virtual museum, and you can go and play it, which prompted a lot of people asking this developer to create a museum of fishing games within games, which I think is a great idea. So yeah, interesting. Animate Barrel. I love that. Is this one of your favorite games, would you say? You can join guilds with quests. It wasn't really sandbox, but a lot closer for the era, right? Because there wasn't a lot. Definitely. Oh, that's so cool. Scooter says Tropical Freeze. TF Tropical Freeze. Thank you. Got it. Animate Barrel played it a lot. Sometimes that's what you need. You have a game that you played a lot that you enjoy, and that's it. You don't need more. If you enjoy it, you enjoy it, you know? I love that. Right on. Well, cool. What can I say except I'm thankful. Thank you for hanging out with me tonight. This has been a fun stream. It's what I needed. It's been a tough couple of days of work. I'll tell you, it's been just swamped. I'm still not feeling 100%. Definitely feeling it in my voice. And I gotta say, I mean, we started the stream with a huge blast of support. If you don't know, if you weren't in the know, we had a raid from Beta 64. And a raid from Dad and Cat. And then we had follows from Derpediah, Coops Central, Marcus Devil May Cry, Geeks, Freaks, and Video Games, and bits from Who Is Middle Ryan and Animate Barrel, and a resub from Felix96YO. Thank you so much. Is it Felix96Yo? Felix 96-year-old? Still need to figure out the story behind that. Hope you can rest well tonight, Master Art Maverick says. Thank you so much. The mana shall sleep. Scooter says, right now I'm trying to beat DK Land for the first time since I have my SNES still hooked up. I've never beat DK Land. I gotta go back and play that sometime. Otter of Mana! Animate Barrel, I love it. Want to see the little animation? It's a cute one, right? It's a cute one. Let's just see real quick. I'm going to just pop over here and see if there is somebody currently streaming who we would like to raid. Maybe someone family friendly playing this game, or maybe someone off of our following list. Let's figure that out. I hope that you all enjoyed this stream, and I hope you're excited for tomorrow. I am planning on staying spoiler free so I can watch the direct either live with you. Maybe we'll do that on Thursday, to be honest. Maybe I'll just stay spoiler free and Thursday watch, or we will do a bonus stream tomorrow. Well, no, if I did, it would have to be kind of late tomorrow. We've got some housework to do, a little construction and stuff. But I may even just record my reaction to it. We'll see. We'll take a look at it. But right now, so many people playing Arceus. You know what I want to do? Let's do this. We're going to raid Miss Click Live. Why? Miss Click is someone I actually met. Believe it or not, she hung out in my stream. I think I was playing Breath of the Wild. And she's just a very kind person. I mean, she's huge, and she was very approachable. We were able to chat a bit. I haven't rated her in forever. I often feel a little bit embarrassed, to be honest, because, you know, her numbers are huge. She's this huge YouTuber and Twitch streamer. She's coordinated with Nintendo, all these things. But she's really, I can tell she's got a good heart, and she's definitely been very kind in our messages back in the day. I haven't really hung out enough with her, and I'd like to do some of that. So please help me just by saying hello to Miss Click Live. We're going to do that. She's playing Pokemon Legends Arceus. I'd love for you to help join me in a raid of Miss Click. It would mean a lot. You know our usual raid call and all the like. If you want to throw in there your Mana Splash raid, that would mean a lot. Now, I don't know if I can say that that Miss Click necessarily adheres to like family friendly, but for the most part, I'd say that is how I've experienced all of her content. So, keep that in mind. But anyways, friends, that's what we're going to do. Mike-tron, thank you so much. Everybody, thank you for hanging out with me. It has been a pleasure. If you haven't followed and you liked what you see, please consider it. Also, check me out on YouTube, Twitter. I've got Discord. I've got a website, artofmana.com, so you can always hang out over there. And everybody, do good, be well, stay safe and healthy, and I will catch you next time. Thank you so much, my friends. Good night, and boom.